Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new edition of Message of Hope. And today I have the pleasure to be with Adey-Jones, who is a 3P practitioner, a blogger, a speaker, and she's also host of her own, what is it called again? Insightful Conversation, right?
Yes. Yep,
So,
you got it.
welcome, Del.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for asking me. This is really lovely. I keep thinking back to our fabulous time in Peru with Jack Pransky a couple of years ago now, or
Yeah, a year and a half, yeah.
So it was
Already a
wonderful.
year and a half.
Yeah. Thank goodness we got it in before COVID.
Yes, I've been stuck there. Um, so I'm going to ask you the same question, and is that how does having this three principle understanding, how does that help you with either the COVID or whatever else shows up in your life?
Wow. Well, oh my God, it shows up. Do you have an hour as opposed to 10 minutes? I'll talk a little bit about how it showed up in my life, definitely around COVID. So when shutdown happened, I had about just over 24 hours of panic. And because at that time, a lot of my income came from restaurants. And that's what I used to do. So for a moment, when all our restaurants closed down and we were staying at home, I had like a little bit of a like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Because I saw in that moment that I was basing my security on what I thought I had in the world of form. That my security lay, financial security lay in something out there. And within 24 hours, I was like, oh boy, you are so looking in the wrong direction. The only security or financial or stability was within. And as I stopped going into the future and panicking about what it was going to look like, and I just settled back within, and I was just sharing this with you, wisdom just started coming through me. And it was like, how about you try this? What about this? What about that? And I was like, wow, really? This, that, what? Okay. So I just started following it. And just amazing things started to unfold. I mean, programs, being asked to be involved in other projects and speaking engagements, and everything started to just flow. And it just made me laugh. I thought, oh my God, I kept sort of thinking that this bank account or something was going to give me security. And as we all saw in a moment, our life could change in a second. But what we have within us, that can never be taken away from us. It doesn't matter what's happening in the outside world. And so in a way, it was really beautiful. I actually got to really see what was available to me, the security and the resilience and the creativity and everything that's flowing through me every minute of every day. Because I wasn't sort of thinking, oh, I'm fine. I have X amount coming in over here. I don't really have to sort of do anything. It's a steady income. And so I'm really grateful for it. I'm grateful for COVID. I mean, I have to preface that. I'm not in any way diminishing the suffering that people are going through. I know an awful lot of people have gone through a lot of suffering. But I've also witnessed in myself and in a lot of my clients that they even express things like they didn't realize how happy they were with so little. So, I think once we had to sort of do without all the outside in things that we were thinking were creating our happiness, and we had to sort of go within, stay at home, be with our families. So many people, as they sort of settled down and quieted down, found a wealth of incredible love and well-being that before, when they were moving so fast, they just didn't realize was there. So that's a lot of what I saw about what this understanding helped me see through COVID, for sure.
And thank God it happened in 2020, because in 2000 or in 1990, No, we didn't have the technology that we have now. So I think technology made our life a bit easier as well. Now, just having this conversation, Dell is in California and I'm in Canada, right?
Yeah,
So we're lucky in our unlucky time, I guess.
yeah.
So
No, I know, and it's so true. I mean, you know, I had speaking engagements in Spain and the UK that went online instead of traveling, and I've got family in the UK and family in Spain, so that was part of my trip to see them and do these conferences, and you know, having to take them online felt a bit like, oh, I want to be there in person. But then again, so many more people were able to access it because it was online, because they didn't have to travel to Viva or to the UK conference. And it there was there's a beauty in everything. You know, even if you wouldn't have planned it, there is a blessing in it. There's always something to be gained. As much as it might feel like a loss for some people, there is a gain there as well. So I've definitely seen that too. And just the closeness. And I think I always, sometimes I even say COVID is like this giant 3P sort of, you know, it helps us, you know, like our flashy cars got taken away, or it doesn't matter because nobody's driving anywhere anymore. It doesn't matter what restaurant you go to anymore because everybody's cooking at home. It doesn't matter what clothes you've got. It doesn't matter if you've gained the COVID-15. You know, it's just all that sort of outside stuff got trimmed away, and people really got to sort of experience how little we need to be happy. Just connection with our loved ones and family. And thank God, as you said, with clients, we're able to do it over Zoom. I think the planet took a giant, great big breath of relief with, you know, less sort of traffic and airline, you know, flights and things like that, creating pollution. I think it's been a wonderful reset across the board on so many levels.
and you were saying earlier that when you slow down, all this wisdom came through you. And I like my little clarity thing, you know, because when we're busy overthinking and panicking, we don't see.
Yeah.
It's not clear what we want or what we need. And when we slow down, now things become clear.
Exactly. I'm going to out snowball you here. That's my little Buddha. That's who I am when I'm at my center. That beautiful, calm, centered in the present moment. And when I go into the future, which I tend to do, some people tend to hang out in the past. I'm more of a, you know, my pain comes from, or anxiety comes from going into the future. But boy, again, as I said, that illusion that a future exists. I mean, all we ever have is this present moment. But when I'm running off into the future, that's me. I lose sight of who I am at my center. And so again, like I said, I lost 24 hours going into a panic about, oh my God, my financial security has been taken away from me, to settle into that was all an illusion anyway. If it wasn't COVID, maybe it would have been something else. Who knows? But to rely on something in the external to bring me peace of mind. So I just was like, ooh, right back to center. Who am I? What do I have access to in this moment? And as I was sharing with you, it was wisdom, and wisdom had some incredible ideas for me, and it was just flowing and flowing and flowing. And it was just, yeah, when you're up here, listening to that anxious thinking or futurizing or whatever's going on up there in our busy minds, you can't hear wisdom. So,
And I think one thing is important is that you said for 24 hours, you were like, ah, and it's important to notice because we're still human beings. It's not because we have this three principle understanding that we're Zen all the time, floating on our little cloud, right? So we do get caught up. But the beauty is that because we know that,
yeah,
we quiet down much more quicker.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, and it was, and I had no. That's why I have no shame. I'm saying, yeah, me too. I panicked for 24 hours. I don't think there was anything wrong with that because, as you said, we're human. We're going to do that. But what I love and what this understanding points us to is, if I'm suffering, that's just feedback. I'm having some pretty negative thinking going on. And so that suffering I went through for 24 hours, all that was like an internal alarm system going, looking in the wrong direction, looking in the wrong direction. And I was like, oh yeah, that's where I've been the last 24 hours. And I know there's a much better place to hang out. So, and you just drop back into that space, but no shame, no, oh, why did I fall asleep again? It's like, that's what humans do. It's okay. We fall asleep and we wake up. So that's how it felt for me. So,
Yeah, love letters, as Bill Pittett called them, right?
yeah,
No,
exactly.
those,
Yeah.
those feelings that just tells us, oh, come back to now. And
Yeah,
so there's beauty in the design, in a sense. No,
absolutely.
we're
Yeah,
designed with bell and whistles that tells us, hey, come back.
yeah. Linda Pransky says it's like, when you got those, your reverse thing, and then there's that little sound that goes beep, 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 and then it gets quicker and quicker and quicker the closer you get to impact. And it's the same with our feelings. It's a little gentle beep, and then maybe a little louder beep, and a little quicker beep. And it's just letting us know that we're backing into something that we don't have to. We can pay attention and we can just go, oh, I'm backing into something. I don't have to do that. I can start like getting back in the right direction. So yeah, it's I just have so much gratitude for this understanding. I mean, it's and as I say, it's that there's been moments over the last, gosh, how many months has it been now? I'm not even keeping track, but since this all began, moments here and there where I've fallen asleep again. And but I would say pretty much the whole time has been really in the present moment, because that's where the sort of the peace and the creativity lie. I feel so creative right now. It's constantly just flowing through me, and it's one of, every day I wake up and it's like an aha moment. It's like, really? I tried that? Really? Try this? And it's so lovely because it's like gifts, it's like presents. They just keep coming. It's not like me hanging out in my head thinking, what can I design? What can I come up with? It's like none of that. It's just like literally these little gifts that just keep coming to you. So, yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So thank you, Del. Thank you for your time. And if people want to find you, where can they find you?
They can find me. They can find me on my website, deladeyjones.com. And they can also find me with a ton of incredible three principles teachers and practitioners from all over the world on my YouTube channel, Insightful Conversations with Del Adey-Jones, and you'll get a taste of some of the most amazing people. I just had Mavis Khan on this week, and
Yeah,
she's
I will listen to that for sure. Yeah.
oh, she's such a love. So yeah, that is definitely something that feeds my soul every week, is interviewing these incredible people. So
Yeah, and if people can watch those insightful conversations, they're great. I've listened to many of those, and they're very very nicely done and very interesting with all kinds of really interesting subjects as well.
wonderful. Well, I have to have you on.
Well, I'm not at the same level as those people that Mavis
Oh,
or Jack or
no, that's what's so beautiful about this understanding, is that you don't have to have been around it for years. You see something, and you have something to share. And as you said, we're all human beings. We're not trying to like get rid of our humanness. So the more that people are relatable and inspirational, just in however they show up in life, I'm interested in talking to them. So you would fit in perfectly.
well, thank you for your time, Del.
All right. Thank you. It was wonderful speaking to you. Take
Cheers.